Last night was absolute chaos in football. Real Madrid finally won without a huge controversy. Barcelona gave Lewandowski an emotional farewell. PSG lifted another trophy, but now they might lose their biggest weapon before the Champions League final. And Neymar? Neymar is in the middle of a massive controversy in Brazil that could even affect his World Cup chances. So today we're breaking down everything. Let's get into it. If you enjoy football content daily, make sure to subscribe and drop a like because we cover all the latest football drama, transfers, and breaking news every single day. Now first, let's talk about Manchester United. United managed to win their game 3-2, but honestly, the biggest talking point wasn't the result. It felt like a farewell match for Casemiro. The fans were emotional, the atmosphere was emotional, and even Casemiro himself looked like he knew this might be the end of his journey at Old Trafford. Now the big question is, where does he go next? Some reports are linking him to Saudi Arabia. Others are saying Inter Miami. And a few people even believe he could return to Brazil. At this point, nobody really knows. But one thing is clear. This truly feels like Casemiro's final season at Manchester United. And honestly, one of the funniest moments came after the game when his kid literally did a sliding tackle while celebrating on the pitch. No DNA test needed there. That child is definitely Casemiro's son. Now moving on to PSG. PSG lost their game against Paris FC, but the result didn't really matter because they had already secured the league title. The real story here is Ousmane Dembélé. Dembélé got injured after just 27 minutes. And this is scary timing for PSG because the Champions League final is coming very soon. Now if you've watched Dembélé throughout his career, you already know the problem. When he's fit, he looks unstoppable. He can destroy defenses completely. But the issue is consistency and fitness. Play him too many games in a row, and injuries start appearing again. PSG have actually managed his minutes very carefully this season. That's why he looks so dangerous in big Champions League matches. But now the fear is back again. Will he be fit for the final? That's the massive question. And trust me, if Dembélé misses that game, it could completely change PSG's attack. Now let's talk about Real Madrid versus Sevilla. The game itself wasn't that crazy. Madrid won comfortably. Mbappé started. Vinicius scored early. Youngsters got chances. Simple night for Madrid fans. But of course, La Liga controversy somehow found a way to appear again. Before Vinicius scored, Mbappé clearly elbowed a Sevilla defender during the build-up. No foul was given. Play continued. Goal scored. And honestly, this is why people constantly complain about La Liga refereeing. Even after the title race is basically over, these weird decisions just keep happening. Now maybe Mbappé sold the contact perfectly. Maybe the referee missed it completely. But either way, fans were furious online. Now speaking of drama, Barcelona had their own chaotic night too. Barcelona won 3-1, and Rafinha absolutely cooked. 2 goals. 1 insane free kick. And another beautiful finish that left the goalkeeper frozen. There was even a cancelled goal from outside the box that honestly looked like goal of the season material. But again, controversial refereeing appeared. Barcelona received a penalty that honestly confused almost everyone watching. Even after VAR review, people still couldn't understand how it was given. And that's why fans are already saying next season's title race is going to be absolute madness. Now after the match came the emotional moment of the night. Robert Lewandowski's farewell. And honestly, it felt emotional but also a little underwhelming. Maybe because fans are used to legendary Barcelona farewells like Xavi or Puyol. Those huge Camp Nou moments with giant mosaics and massive celebrations. This farewell felt simpler. But emotionally, it hit hard. Lewandowski was crying. His wife was emotional. The fans were emotional. And what surprised everyone was how fluent Lewandowski sounded in Spanish during his speech. He basically said, "Barcelona gave me love from the very first day. I may be leaving the stadium, but I leave my heart here forever." And honestly, after everything he achieved at the club, that moment felt special. Now finally, let's talk about Neymar. Because Brazil is absolutely exploding right now. Here's what happened. Santos were losing badly. Neymar had gone to the sidelines for treatment because he felt discomfort. While he was receiving treatment, the fourth official accidentally substituted Neymar out of the match. Yes, accidentally. The official thought the substitution was meant for Neymar simply because he was already standing near the sidelines. But the substitution was actually for another player. So Neymar suddenly tried to return to the pitch and the fourth official stopped him saying, "No, you've already been substituted." Neymar was completely shocked. Then chaos started. Neymar argued with officials, showed the substitution card to the cameras, and Santos players were all confused. Now, why is this such a huge controversy? Because Brazil's World Cup squad announcement is very close. And many fans believe Neymar needed a big performance in this game to convince Carlo Ancelotti to include him. So now people are wondering, will this strange situation hurt Neymar's chances? Or will Ancelotti still trust him? Honestly, nobody knows right now. But one thing is guaranteed. Brazil's squad announcement is going to be must-watch drama. And football somehow keeps finding new ways to entertain us every single week. Anyway guys, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your biggest football opinion from today's stories.